and I always wanted to be. I always wanted to fly, so I'd rather come back as like an eagle, some majestic bird.
Tiger.
For what reason?
It's a fucking tiger.
Fuck you.
Look, be a lady tonight.
Of course you did that one.
Look, be a lady tonight. Look, if you've ever been a lady to begin with, look, be a lady tonight. Hey, guys.
Brothers.
Hey guys, y'all know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis feogrande on YouTube, and I'm here today to help bring you, with the help of my co-host, I'm here to bring you yet another episode of the Whatever We Want podcast, with new episodes every Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern. You already know, click on it. And I'm here today, I'm accompanied, as I always am, by my good brother, my good friend, the man who is not just some Clark Kent ass dude sitting around here doing some whack shit, listening to some whack music. Nah, his music is the best kind of music. It's the bounciest kind of music. It improvs. He's an improv expert anyway. Improvisation is part of the music. That music is known as jazz, and he's even better than normal jazz. He's Superjaz. That was louder than I expected it to be. What is up, Superjaz?
I feel like you were. That's why I started doing. I feel like you were announcing me to come to the ring. I'm like weighing in at a combined weight. Well, not a combined weight. What's my combined? Weighing in at a weight of so and so 5'7", even though his personality makes him taller enough. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Like you said, I am your boy Jazz, aka Superjaz, aka JT, SJ, whatever you want, what have you in the like. And as he has stated, this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where we do not lead the conversation, we let the conversation lead us. We talk about what we want. We let chips fall where they may, and if you don't like chips, we let some fall where it may, or where June. Or we might even let it fall where in August. Okay, I'm sorry. No, man.
Don't you lie to these people. You don't have... Never mind. I was going to say, you don't have these kind of clever jokes. I said, don't you lie to these people. Anyway, we're going to go ahead. That's what that joke did. All right, so yes,
maybe, the maybe we should just keep things marching along.
Indeed. Good job. You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Stuff like September, October, November, December. 7, 8, 9, 10. But they're months 9, 10, 11, 12. I know why. Because Julio and Augustus Caesar needed their own months named after them. So you get July and August thrown in there when they weren't part of there to begin with.
That's real, right?
I'm fairly positive it is. I'm like 90% positive, but I never researched it more than when I was younger. But I'm pretty sure originally, because, we all just try to put stuff together.
And then that happened, yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, because they're those names in every fucking thing, or not in everything. Spanish, it's still September, Octubre, November, December. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Octuple, septuple, nonuple, decuple.
Is it nine up? Is it nonuple, or is it novuple?
Even if it is that. That is pronounced so silly.
Novuple. What's wrong with novuple? It's like November, but it's upple.
If it's upple and it's upple and it's upple and it's stupple.
If it's supple like a bubble, then trouble is no
Man.
bubble. Yeah, if it's supple.
Broke bubbles don't deserve no pupple. I know that's rupple. Anyway.
Anyway, what are we talking about, buddy? Where's the conversation? What path has the conversation led us down to start this episode, good sir? That is the question.
All right. Getting really things back on track. Although,
no, like, that's not really deserving of an FBI.
That wasn't because what I have gotten the FBI open up to go to in the past, that wasn't deserving of an FBI open up.
Yeah, like come on now.
Even you, who has seen me with the what I've done with the FBI open up hard pivot, that wasn't deserving of an FBI open up hard pivot. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
No, but the one thing I want to always say about this show too is you can't really say this show got off the rails because that's the entire point of the show.
Choo mother. That's for a train, and we keep chugging along.
That just made me think of a random thought, and I'll get to what I was going to get to. That made me think of a random thought, right? What if Thomas the Tank Engine came back, cock diesel as fuck, and started fucking shit up at Shining Time Station? It's like choo motherfucker.
No, that's what James. That's some shit James would do.
James,
one of the other trains in that show.
Oh, okay.
The guy that usually got in trouble. He was the red one, and he got in trouble a lot because he was a little asshole.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was James. I could be wrong.
I don't but
for people who know Shining Time Station and Thomas the Tank Engine, or Thomas the Train as he is now, better than we do, tell me whether or not James is the asshole in the comments. Anyway.
Thomas, go back. Choo motherfucker. All aboard, bitch. Oh, shit.
Thomas.
And then the announcer would be like, Thomas would blah blah. Thomas would what? Thomas would.
Yeah. You want to show our age? We still call him Thomas the Tank Engine.
Right. We still call him the Tank Engine. Anyway, so I had an idea because I just got off of a road trip with one of my other good friends, and now that I'm doing the show with my best friend, we were doing it was a long road trip because I just went to Detroit and back. And one thing that we did was, of course, we listened to music. We pulled up movie and music trivia. And one thing that we did that was fun for a little bit was we did Would You Rather questions.
Oh, God.
And, of course, if you go on the internet, he's saying, oh, God, because before we started recording, I said, I got a prompt unless you have one, but it's going to be pretty motherfucking silly. It's going to be pretty goddamn stupid. And he was like, no, okay, let's do it. So here we go. So this is Would You Rather questions. But I looked up stupid Would You Rather questions and clicked on the link that said 71 of the most ridiculous Would You Rather questions. And I read 1, 2, 3 of these, and this is some what in the fuck is shit. So dearest friend of mine, Omari, Pete, whatever you would like to go by, Feo, whatever the fuck, get ready because this shit's about to get heavy. We ain't got no lawsuit, but we might. But I don't know you, so don't fuck you, Debbie. Anyway, so yeah.
This looks like a job for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
All right. So the little prompt that they have, Would You Rather is an excellent way of determining the weirdness that is your actual self. Because you can run from Would You Rather, but believe me, you can't hide. That's what this person said. Now, I read about 2 of these, and this shit get crazy. So let's go. Would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
Finger-sized nipples.
I was gonna say finger-sized nipples because maybe you could hide that somewhat, but how can you pick shit up if your fingers are nipples? Would you rather eat chocolate-flavored shit or shit-flavored chocolate? Well, I don't know what shit tastes like, but I'd rather eat shit-flavored chocolate because I didn't actually eat shit.
Yeah. Shit-flavored chocolate.
What the fuck? Would you rather shit on someone or have someone shit on you? Somebody's a dumb. I'm not into scatological
Same.
things, so I'd rather have somebody shit on. Well, I'd rather shit on somebody. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
same.
if I had to pick.
If gun to my head is that or die, yeah, I'm shitting on somebody. But I'm with you. I'm not into that.
Some of these are stupid. Let's try to get to better.
I
Okay.
mean, you literally looked for the stupidest ones. You
I
prefaced
literally
this.
did. If you could reincarnate yourself, would you rather come back as a human or an animal?
Do I get to pick the animal?
It doesn't say, so I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna say that I would rather come back as an animal to see what that's like, and I always wanted to be, I always wanted to fly, so I'd rather come back as like an eagle, some majestic bird.
Tiger.
For what reason?
It's a fucking tiger.
Fuck you. Oh shit.
If I were to pick an animal, it'd probably be a tiger because tigers are fucking awesome. But damn. The only downside to the animal thing is the concept of being hunted. But I have
Yeah.
less, or at least when it comes to Animal Kingdom, I have less to worry about if I am a fucking tiger
You are a
than
tiger.
I am. Like, I just have to worry about humans. How dangerous can they be? But yeah, probably a tiger. 'Cause tigers are awesome. I want to see what it's like living the life of a tiger. Do what you want.
That's what I'm saying. It would be
Or
so
I
curious to be like, what is it like living the life as this animal?
Like being some kind of majestic ass falcon would also work
Yeah.
because flying is flying. And also, if I'm like a peregrine falcon, I'm like fast as shit and I'm just dive bomb the hell out of fish at 120 miles an hour or whatever the
If
fuck
you're
they
a
do.
what falcon?
A peregrine.
Never heard of that. Okay.
Yep. But yeah, but more than likely, if I had to pick an animal, I'm like tiger. Thank you. That or a wolf, but more than likely a tiger because it's a fucking tiger.
It's like, give me an explanation. It's a fucking
You know damn well.
That's why I started laughing because it was like, well, all right then.
All right, what's the next one?
Would you rather be constantly itchy or constantly sticky? I honestly don't know. I want to say constantly sticky because that's just less just irritant and like annoying. I really don't know.
Itchy.
I'd rather be constantly sticky. Like I say, just because itching all the time sounds so uncomfortable.
It does, but I've had bug bites. I've had like little minor itches. I literally just scratch my face like with like minor itches. It depends on the severity of said constant itching. If it's constant like minor itches, that obviously would get annoying, but could also kind of be you can live with constant itching. My scalp, for instance, real life, my scalp often itches a lot. I wash my hair and stuff, people at home, but there are days where it, like, oh my god. But it's also one of those things where if I ignore it long enough, I get more used to it and it's fine. Sticky, literally everything I touch, just feels gross.
Let's say it's a constant mosquito bite. Like a feeling of like a mosquito bite where you know how like the mosquito bite, you just gotta, like the one where you gotta keep scratching even though you know you shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Like that type of feeling. Let's say it's that.
Yeah. Like I'd still rather pick that than itchy.
Okay.
Because or than sticky. Because sticky you feel and look gross. They see you scratching, they might think you're a junkie or something, but at least you ain't gonna leave some film everywhere when you touch it and ruin everything you touch.
Let's say though, like they look at you and they can't see the sticky. You just are sticky.
Still, it's very hard to do things if your hands stick to whatever you grab.
This is true. You just fucking
It's like like the first Spider-Man movie, or even the Miles Morales movie, where he's like getting his powers and his hands start sticking to things, and he's having such a hard time taking his hands off.
can't even do it like I was trying to. Never mind.
Because that
Would you
happened
rather
in
spend?
both movies.
Would you rather spend the day wearing wet socks or spend the day with a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth? That's annoying as shit.
Popcorn kernel.
I was gonna say popcorn kernel because wet socks is just stupidly uncomfortable. Would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat? 2 liters of sweat. I don't want to do either, but I'm not drinking piss.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Yeah, I'm not drinking piss.
Oh
I
shit.
don't want to drink either, but yeah. Oh god, what's
Would
this
you,
next one?
would you rather be stranded on a desert island alone or with the person you hate the most? That's funny. Because you be by yourself, lose your mind, or be with a motherfucker you can't stand. Part of me is like, I don't hate a lot of people, if anybody. There's like one person that came to mind, maybe two. Um, but part of me is thinking that maybe I would want to be with. Oh no, there was another person in high school that I forgot about. If it was his ass, hell no. But maybe I'd want to be on the island with somebody I hate the most because at some point we could find some common ground up to a point. So I wouldn't be by myself. But then I'm wondering because part of me is like, yo, at the end of the day, how far can you trust somebody? Because there's a reason why you don't hate why you hate their ass. So how far can I really trust you? And I trust you good enough, and then fucking 2, 3 weeks later, next thing I know, we over here going at it, and you trying to fight me and kill me or some wild shit. There's a reason why I fucking hate you. So I don't know. I probably want to be alone ultimately if it had to be that.
And this is stranded, right?
Stranded on an island. So either you or you with the person you hate the most.
All right, so the whole teamwork or find some common ground to get the fuck off the island or find the best way to live, better to have somebody else on the island. And I was like, yeah, that's probably what I would pick. And then I was like, but who do I hate the most?
Nobody came to mind for you?
Well, I know I would not want to be stranded on a desert island alone with Tom Brady, but I don't know if I hate him the most out of everybody on the planet. There are a lot of
If you and
people out
Tom
there.
Brady were stranded on an island, y'all could find some common ground and it wouldn't be that damn bad. Chill the fuck
Tom
out.
Brady's a fucking ass. Well, again, I'm trying to think of people that I hate. You
And
know,
honestly, he's an older dude, but he's like actually pretty fit. So he would be an asset.
yeah, but I
So,
don't think I hate him more than anybody else on the planet. But I don't know who that anybody else is.
so nobody came to mind for you, I guess.
Because I also don't hate a
Until you
lot of
said Tom
people at
Brady.
home. I know I'm not a happy person, but I don't have a lot of hatred in here. I've talked numerous times about how I do try to find common ground with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Shit, the last
Uh,
episode you said that.
yeah. So I'll say this latter, the with the enemy I hate the most. Figure something
I
out.
was gonna say that, but the
Push come
thing
to
that
shove,
makes
and if we don't like each other, kill him. Who's gonna arrest
well,
me?
that's what I just said. The reason why I was like I kind of went back on it was how far can I really trust you? And I'm trusting your ass enough. And next thing I know, you trying to fight and kill me. So that's the main reason
I'm
I did it.
also gambling on the fact that whoever it is has better survival skills than me that I can coast off of.
Well, people that I
Because
thought of,
if I'm stranded by myself, I'm dead.
one of the people I thought of definitely got better survival skills than me. Another person would have some. The other person, fuck him to all shit. So
Yeah.
I don't even.
Now, while this
Um,
was obvious, yeah, and who I hate the most, was a lot more obvious when I was younger than now, because trying to repair relationships and stuff.
That's honestly like I thought there was somebody that's gonna come to your mind right away, and we could talk about it
Yeah.
off like recording. But who I thought it was, I think maybe you told me about repairing a relationship though. But
Only a little.
I was like, oh, what's gonna pop me, huh?
Only a little.
Anyway, would you rather eat poison ivy or a handful of wasps? Poison ivy?
What's poisonous about poison ivy? The fact that it makes you itch, or does it actually like kill you?
It's not poison. It's just you really get like almost like a itchy rash and shit, and it lasts for a good like I want to say like a day, 2 days, 3 days, some shit. I haven't had it, but it's very uncomfortable.
All right. If it's not actually poisonous, then poison
No, it's
ivy.
not poison. Yeah, it's not straight up poisonous.
Yeah,
because you
keep them wasp away from me.
Let me see. Some of these are a little too much. Okay.
All right.
Would you rather be? Well, I really can't wait to hear your answer for this one. Would you rather be incredibly beautiful and incredibly stupid, or very ugly and super intelligent?
Well, I've lived one of these lives.
I was waiting for it. Oh shit! I was waiting for it.
I've lived one of these lives myself. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm gonna pick the latter. I'm gonna pick the latter because ugly people make a lot of money. So that's Bill Gates or Elon Musk or other ugly people that are a hell of a lot richer than I am because they had smarts.
I was waiting for you to say that. That's why I didn't say nothing. I was like, well, this is the perfect one to say with a man.
And as a guy who has been called ugly by many, as well as intelligent by many, yes, I would pick ugly and intelligent.
When a motherfucker calls himself big ugly in another language that he doesn't speak,
and in English, and in English,
then yeah, no, I would rather be whether I was incredibly beautiful or not, because that's enough. Whatever, I would much rather be intelligent over. I'd rather have smarts over looks.
Also true.
Would you rather shout all the time or whisper all the time? I'd rather whisper all the time.
Shout.
Everybody, you rather shout?
I'm a loud person to begin with.
But I'd rather whisper. Let me tell you what. I'd rather whisper all the time because everybody doesn't need to know everything I'm saying all the time. So if you need to hear what I'm saying, really, I can just get up. Hey, how you doing? You know, as opposed to, hey, Hey, little girl, let me whisper in your ear. Tell you all the day that.
Why did I say my day? Hey, bitch! Why did I say my day?
You will never get enough, goddamn.
See, that's just funnier to me, though. But anyway, I'd rather shout because I like making people laugh and stuff. And one of the things people have told me they find funny is when I go on rants and the whatnot.
Yeah.
And I can't really rant or get as upset or be taken as seriously when I think it's more when I am mad. I'd rather be taken slightly more seriously. Like, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna kill your fucking family. Goddamn motherfucker, I'll rip off your throat and shove it up your ass. Or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I'd rather whisper because, like I said, everybody doesn't need to know what I'm saying.
They don't. But if I have to pick one thing to be stuck with the rest of my life, shout, let it all out. These are the things I cannot do without.
Would you rather be a tree that can feel pain or a snail that would never die? I'd rather be a snail that would never die because I can't necessarily feel pain, I guess, that pronounced. I don't know what's up with the tree thing. But also, I can move What the fuck? I'm not stuck in one place. That's the main reason I say yeah to that one.
Wait, a tree that can feel pain.
So you're a tree, but if somebody peels your
Why
bark, hits you,
the
whatever.
fuck would I want to be that? With the way people treat trees.
Yeah, people be fucking trees. Oh, I'm gonna piss on this tree, peel the bark off,
Animals too. It ain't even just
pluck the
humans. Woodpeckers
apples off the
are
bitch.
literally named after their hobby of pecking the shit out of trees for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
woodpeckers are dicks to trees.
lots of creatures are. No, I ain't gonna be no fucking tree. Every time a cat wants to climb up me, digging its claws into me, or any other creature, bugs setting up hives inside of me and everything, and then some jackass in flannels like, and cuts me down. Nah, I'm good. I'm
Motherfucking
good.
Keebler elves living in me and
How
shit.
far does the pain extend? Do I feel pain when I lose a leaf? Because let me tell you something
Oh
about
fuck
the
that.
latter half of the year.
Depending on where you
When
depending on
Persephone goes to Hades and
where you are and
everything
shit.
goes bad. Good. Apparently, that's the whole thing with the seasons. Persephone in Greek mythology, obviously Greek mythology, the seasons is Persephone was tricked into marrying Hades. She didn't want to. And even though her mother, who was like a god of the earth and shit like that, or goddess of the earth, even though she found some way to get, Zeus to be like, nah, this marriage don't fully work, they only found like a negotiation where part of the year she's in Olympus and part of the year she's in Hades. And when she's in Hades, her mother, who hates all of this and is a goddess of the earth, it shows with the world because the grass wilts and trees lose their leaves, everything looks dead. But when she's
And then
back at Olympus, everything's
daughter comes back home.
blooming
I didn't know
and all of this. Yeah.
Persephone, right? Because Persephone is Zeus's daughter, right?
Yep. And
I didn't know.
well, who isn't? I learned this from video games.
God of War.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Would you rather never have to pee again or never have to shit again? I'd rather never have to shit again.
Never have to shit again.
Shitting takes too much time, so messy, uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. We all know sometimes when you taking a shit and you backed up and you sit down and it come out and it's some of the most relieving feeling that you've ever had in your life. We've all been there. But I'd rather never have to shit. It's just too much of a fucking
I'm with you. I hate it. That feeling that you just talked about, I wouldn't need to feel the backed up thing if there was no need for having to take the shit. But yeah, so there's that. No, I've stated numerous times that there was a way that we could just digest food and have it all somehow be pissed but not weigh us down or whatever. You know what I mean? If there was only that half, there was only the piss half of the digestive system and results, sign me up.
Exactly. This is funny. Would you rather be a genius that nobody believes or an idiot that everybody believes? I'd rather be an idiot that everybody believes.
I've lived one of these lives. Oh. No. Nah, the idiot everybody believes. That's more fun.
Because it's just what's the purpose of being like, well, E equals MC squared? It's like, no, fuck you, Albert. Like, hey, what the fuck? So why not be the idiot everybody believes, and I could tell everybody, hey, the fucking sky is green and the grass is blue. Is it now? And motherfuckers believe me and shit. So fuck you.
Yeah, no, I'd be the idiot everybody believes. Also, I'm an actor, so the more believable I am, the better.
Now, this is actually quite poignant.
Oh?
For this dumbass fucking would you rather shit.
Okay. Let me see.
Would you rather meet the love of your life knowing that they'll die in a year or never meet them? That's pretty deep for this dumbass fucking prompt. Holy shit. Would you rather meet the love of your life knowing they'll die in a year or never meet them? I want to say we go back to the old adage of It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I would rather meet them for a year and have those memories than to never meet them. So I want to say I'd rather have that year with the love of my life. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Having spent a large majority of my life as a single individual in the category of to have never loved at all and have observed the people who have loved and lost.
Mhm.
That old adage is some bullshit. I'd rather have never loved at all, rather than go through the suffering of the loss that people have to go through. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, now don't get me wrong, to have never loved at all has its drawbacks, but at the end of the day, all you gotta do to deal with that is get over yourself and grow the fuck up. So, and start loving. So that's all that is. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather not meet them if that's the case. Cause that's just a lot of like you want to have the gear of bliss, but as you get to that inevitable end that you guys both know is coming, the fucking sadness is gonna creep in from both of y'all that y'all know this can't last. Then she's dead, or or for the people at home, if you're into the whatever you're into, if you're into whatever individual, then that individual dies and now you're just fucking sad and depressed because the literal love of your life, as dictated by this rule, the most person you will ever care the most for, you're never gonna care for another love like that one.
Right, you might meet somebody that's like,
and you're
close
here
to that,
by yourself without them, never to feel the warmth of their embrace again, never to hear their laugh, never to fucking share stories or create stories or anything like that. Nah, get that shit out of here. Nah, I don't want to meet you. If I don't have, if that's not, if that's the suffering I'm gonna go through, nah, I'm good, and you're better off for it too.
Would you rather live without music or live without TV? I'd rather live without TV. Not just because I make music. A world without music sounds.
I mean, you make acting too.
I was
like
thinking.
I say, it's relevant to both of your fields. And when
I'd rather live without TV though, because music is just like that's almost like the lifeblood of everybody. Everybody likes some type of music.
I think
and
I would have to
you
say
can listen to it anywhere. You can listen to music when you're working out, when you're on a trip, when you're at home chilling, when you're at work. When you sit down and watch TV, you got to be zone. Music is one of the arts that it can follow you anywhere and help you with anything.
And it has so much power. I mean, music makes you lose control.
Oh my God, is this gonna be a new thing?
I don't know. Do you know how often that line pops into my head when I hear the word music and start talking about music?
Rest in peace to fucking DMX, but your ass with the fucking X gonna give it to you shit used to pop in your head. All
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about the music gonna make you lose control line, and I'm like, should I work X gonna give it to you into this somehow? No, I do that too much just naturally. I'm not going to shoehorn X gonna give it to you into this episode. But since you brought it up, yes, X gonna give it to you. I guess fuck waiting for me to do it on my own. X was delivered to me. Anyway.
Rest in peace, DMX, you're a legend.
Rest indeed. But no, I'd rather live without TV because music is part of so much stuff.
Right. Now we can move on because you're gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Would you rather have diarrhea during your wedding ceremony or on your wedding night? I'd rather have it on my wedding night because I know I'm supposed to be fucking. We can fuck later, but having it in the middle of the ceremony where I gotta hold up everything and run off to take a shit, and it's like we've been waiting on this day. Nah, let's have it on the night when I'm alone. It's embarrassing, but you just married me. Clearly, you love me. We're good. We can fuck later on. We good. Bam.
I mean, you're dying in a month or two anyway. I'm gonna go ahead to go to that previous.
I know, I got question. It.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go because you bring up a good point. I hate making people wait for me.
I just got something that made my face do this.
Was it
So.
diarrhea?
Bruh, this one. Would you rather pole dance naked for your parents or make out with them?
Why? Why even read that question?
Right? If I have to pick, I would rather dance for them naked. I don't want to do either of these, but if I have to pick, because I'm not doing anything sexual for my parents, but if I have to, we not touching.
I'm right
we
there.
not touching.
I'm right there.
We not touching.
I'm right there with you, man. Nah.
And they already saw me naked at one point when I was, fucking baby and shit. So here's that grown up ass. No, please stop. It grew up, mom and dad. No.
This is what you've raised.
Would you rather lick a stranger's condom or eat a handful of maggots out of a dead corpse?
Maggots out of a dead corpse.
Maggots out of a corpse, because I don't know what the fuck that stranger got, and I don't want to lick a condom.
You don't know what killed the dead corpse either, to be fair. Either way, you're catching a disease and dying, but I'd rather do it with the maggots.
Would you rather paint a wall with your face or your knees? With my knees, because I don't get paint on my face.
Just not gonna let me answer.
Oh, what my man? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We got. I'm gonna say knees. As much as I like my own face, despite popular belief, and like having it plastered everywhere, I don't know if I want to against a bunch
Anybody
of walls.
say you gotta do it that hard? Wait, goddamn.
So
that was very aggressive.
Paint with my knees.
What? That was aggressive as shit.
I'm an aggressive person.
You could just be like, see, gentle strokes on my cheek. Not
gentle strokes for different folks. Anyhow.
Takes them to rule the world. Shit. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Every guy's got a way to shine. No matter what you got, not a lot. So what? They have theirs, you'll have yours, I have mine. Anyway.
And if you don't have a story, X gonna give it to you.
Anyway. Would you rather have a runny nose for the rest of your life or cough after every word? Both of those are terrible. I'd rather cough after every word. Depending on the severity of the cough, I'd rather cough after every word. A runny nose for the rest of my life is just, that's just a nuisance. It's just like uncomfortable and just there. You feel it and you can't do nothing. Nah, fuck that. Gotta have tissue all the time. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, because one, your nose starts to hurt after a while, but so does coughing.
And then I've had seasonal allergies my whole life. And it used to manifest itself as like a terrible cough when I was younger. So I used to have a hacking cough for a good portion of my life growing up anyway. So
the majority of the year, regardless of how well I feel, I wake up and go to bed with a stuffy nose. Just because of seasonal allergies and stuff. But at the same time, I can't imagine. I like talking too much. So coughing, that would be really... This is a hard one. I guess I'll say coughing. I guess I'll say coughing because I wouldn't be able to breathe if my nose was stuffy the whole time. So, yeah.
Well, your nose isn't stuffy. Your nose is runny. Which is a little bit of a difference.
I'd still do the coughing, I guess.
Okay. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in your life? That's interesting. I'd rather have a pause button if I had to pick. I don't need to revisit anything in my past. Not because I had a bad past. Not because I had a bad past. I've always been the thinker of, if I'm moving forward, I'm moving forward. I learn from the mistakes and I'll be better next time if need be. But anything that happened, and there's no need to go back to it. So if I did something and it was good, it was good, we'll try to recreate it. If it was bad, I learned from it, we'll move forward. Whatever. Because I haven't had like, oh, I don't want to revisit this bad moment. No, it ain't like that. But I'd rather have a pause button if I had to pick. So there you go.
Depends on if you rewind, does it still play out the same way and you watch
Then
it
that would be
again?
pointless, right? Well, unless you just want to relive it again because it was fun.
Pause button also, if shit's gonna happen regard. Who are you not paused?
I'm assuming you're not paused, yeah. Because how the fuck you gonna unpause it?
True. Well, more so, can you have an effect on your surroundings? Like, can you move around and do stuff, or is it just let me take this moment in?
Yeah, that's true. Like
Because
on some also say on some Quicksilver from Days of Future Past.
kind of like that,
He's
but
moving
without
quick,
him.
but
But,
like
but yeah, but without the whole moving around and then saying "fuck all y'all." Now, if I could do that, then definitely the pause button. But to take a different angle of the rewind button, especially if things play out the way they normally do, like if I could go back and change shit, I'm still probably I would probably change a few things, but not a lot. Um, but with the pause button, but with the rewind button to do a different take on it, is if it plays out the same way, I'd love a rewind button. Something happened that's funny as shit and natural in real life. Rewind that shit, watch it again, relive the laugh, and okay, that would be cool. But overall, probably. Actually, yeah, I'll say rewind button. Pause button's tempting though. If unless the pause button comes with the super speed and you can change shit, change if you can change outcomes of shit with the pause button all the way.
like somebody shooting at you, you pause, move out the way of the bullet, run over, take his gun, elbow him in his fucking jaw.
Shit, the hell! The second they hold up that gun, pause. Gun's mine now. What?
There you go. Shoot him in his dick now.
Shoot him in the face.
I just saw Scream 4 not too long ago, so my bad. Anybody who gets what I'm getting at, there you go. That is very obscure. Would you rather be able to speak to animals or every language in the world? That is a good one. That is a good one. I honestly do not know. I probably would say speak to animals because I'm getting, if I really wanted to learn another language, I could learn it, and I'm getting by with English, but nobody can speak to animals. So I'd probably say animals.
I'm gonna go every language, like, cause I'm with you. That's a very difficult choice. And as much as I want to know what animals
That's
think,
a hard choice.
as much as I want to know what animals think, like, what is the life of a tiger like? Fucking awesome. I thought so. Like that'd be cool. But...
The tiger saying just like that. It doesn't be a tiger. It's the shit.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Thanks, tiger.
Thought so. Exactly. Thought so. But I would say every language because I could think of a way to monetize that easier than the talking to animals.
And then also it would be hard to eat like fucking food and shit, because then you'd be like, bruh,
yeah,
I just met this pig this earlier. This is his girlfriend. They were gonna get married. They have children. You at the table crying, meanwhile everybody eating the fuck out the ribs.
But after having that long thought out conversation with the tiger, I realized, fuck them pigs. I'm eating the pigs because I'm hungry.
The tiger would very much be like, hey man, fuck them pigs, bruh. The tiger be like, dog, fuck them pigs, bruh.
Fuck them pigs, fuck them gazelles.
I eat pigs anyway, bruh.
Everything. You know what I am? I'm a fucking tiger.
The tiger be sitting there, he be sitting there like, hey, dog. You lucky I don't eat your ass right now. Anyway, shit.
Yeah, man. Languages.
Every language. Because then you could go anywhere in the world and be good. Be perfectly fine.
Or just go to a job like at a call center and be like, yes, I speak every language, so you get all the
Yeah,
extra money because you're
we're hiring bilingual people. Yeah,
yes lingual.
right. So, what languages do you speak? Yes. So you speak yes that language? No.
See,
Right.
don't say
Like,
no, and they're like, that was in. Well, can you give me an example? I just did. I said no in Spanish.
it's like, so what do you speak? Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
I'm
We.
sure you remember El Pyro Flambe.
Yes, of course. Would you like to tell our listeners slash watchers
El
about El
Pyro
Pyro Flambe?
Flambe was a character that I came up with on a whim one day when I was with Jazz and even mis hermanos, he speaks with a bad accent. What kind of accent? Literally a bad accent. It doesn't matter where you think the accent is from. But, when I think they point it out or, they say, que se dices? They say, that's 3 different languages. I was like, what? 3 different languages? No. It's El Pyro Flambe. It sounds French. And they're like, no, El, first off, is Spanish. And I'm like, sí, is Spanish. And then they were like, Pyro is English. And Flambe is French. And I'm like, oh yeah, claro. Okay, so I decided to come up with the character El Pyro Flambe. The guy has a fire theme, if you couldn't tell. Who speaks a lot of different languages. He is multilingual, but he mixes them up when he's talking. So he's like, "Hello, yo soy El Pyro Flambe. Guten Tag." Like, wait, you're German? Yet. And I think someone, I believe it was Bob the Tomato, because we were gonna use this character in something else. And,
Oh shit!
it's something we were working on in high school that never really took off. But I think he's like, "Do you actually have a race for El Pyro Flambe?" I'm like, "Oh, he's American. He's just an asshole." He's American. He just knows a lot of languages, but he puts on this whole persona of El Pyro Flambe. That's why when people are like, "What accent is that supposed to be?" I said a bad one.
What's his name? American is not a race. That's a nationality.
Huh?
I said American is not a race.
It's a but you get my point. Probably black point. Since he's played by me, but
well, there you go.
But you get my point where it's like, oh no,
but nationality American.
Yeah. But so nationality is American. He's not from anywhere else but
American
here.
That just fucking is just a dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just had. He was gonna be a villain, or a lot of times I had him in a villainous role, and I'm like, and especially if I'm gonna be doing a bad accent and stuff, I don't want to be like, oh, you're portraying this other country or like this. No, I'm portraying an American. Can't be racist. I'm portraying an American. Can't be offensive. He's offensive, but him, the character itself, is not me offending people. I'm offending this guy.
Pyro Flambe. He just randomly came up with that shit. I remember that shit.
Pyro Flambe. Because I think we were doing a spy thing, and the idea of the scene was you were supposed to meet your foreign contact. And I was like, hello, I am El Pyro Flambe.
I think I remember. We were like playing in the park one day doing some shit.
Forest Park.
Yep. Shout out to St. Louis. All right, I found in between us answering the dumb would you rather questions, I actually typed in and found some deep would you rather questions. So we're gonna go to these now. This is an interesting one. Would you rather never be rejected again, never be rejected ever again, or never fail ever again? And there is a difference if you think about it. So I thought about this while you were talking. I was listening, but I thought about this. Failing is how you learn. So I would rather never be rejected if I had to pick one of them. Rejection hurts like a bitch, although you learn from both. Rejection hurts like a bitch. Probably more than failing, depending on how big the failure is. So I'd rather never be rejected. than never fail. I can, knowing myself, I could live with failing a little bit more than rejection. Although both of them are, it's how you learn, so it is what it is.
Depends on both are abstract concept, and it's like failing
Very much.
slash being rejected at what? If they mean never rejected in love,
ever again, just whatever.
If
Everything.
they mean reject, well, I'm an actor and I'm going for a role. They didn't reject me for that role. I didn't fail in my goal to get that role. I succeeded.
Well, okay. I would say you're splitting hairs, but I guess this is kind of set up to where hairs.
That's why I say they're both absurd. Like, if they just mean like never be rejected in love, like every girl I ask out wants to go out with me and stuff like that, or never fail again at life or anything like that, or at any goal I just put myself toward, I will take never fail instantly. Again, as I stated earlier, I've spent a large chunk of my life as a single individual. If I had to spend the rest of my life as a single individual, well, it sucks, but it sucked for, over 30 years.
We've gotten used to it to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I look at it like this, right? If you go out for a role and you want it, then they won't reject you for a said role, but you could possibly fail in
performing it.
And not saying that you definitely will, but you could fail in like putting on a good performance.
Yeah, that was it, performing it and stuff like that. And that's true.
That's
but if I never fail again, and I just have to worry about rejection. If I can get, it's not you'll never be rejected, but you'll always fail, or you'll never fail, but you'll always.
No,
there's
rejected. There's no this, but this or that. No, it's just, would you rather never be rejected ever again or never fail ever again?
Yeah, exactly.
You can still have a little bit, but it's not, this will happen definitely. No.
So I would just say the failure thing, because as long as I can get if I know that once I pass that rejection barrier and get my foot in the door or whatever, I'm a fucking succeed and, put on the best thing I can and all of that, then that's all I need.
So you said you'd rather never fail?
Yeah. If I can take my failure out of my control so that I know every time I go into something, I did what I could to succeed, because I literally cannot fail. Then it is, okay, this is what happened. I couldn't get in, or these other people failed at what they did, and that sucks, but it's not like I forget what failure was or is. I can emphasize. It would be like... And then I can succeed at teaching them how to be more successful. Like, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Or even teaching myself. Well, let's say I'm like, I can't fail anymore. How do I be the best success ever and make everybody else as successful as ever? If my goal is to, do other stuff, like I can help myself and others with the not failing thing because of how grand of an abstract concept it is. But if I can do all that and the only consequence is no chicks want to fuck me, oh boy, damn, this is an unfamiliar feeling. Oh boy, no chicks find me interesting? Damn. Too bad I got all this money though. Fuck it. I'm eating good. Everybody I know's eating good.
I look at it like this. I look at it like, if you go up to a girl, you ask her out, there's no promise that she won't turn you down. But if y'all hit it off, then you will not fail in the relationship.
Right.
Like you won't fail at being a good significant other.
So when I do find the one, it's going to be fantastic. We're going to live happily ever after for a year until she dies. Yep. But then I cured her disease that was going to kill her because I can't fail at doing so. Do you know how broken not failing is?
But the whole thing is though, it's not necessarily that she had a disease that was gonna kill her. It's just because the prompt said so.
I will keep her alive and healthy because that is my goal. And congratulations, I succeed. Yay, not failing.
Said she will die, she will die. No. Would you rather be famous for all the wrong reasons or not famous at all? Not famous at all. Because I'm already not famous at all. I don't need to be famous for some fucked up reasons. So there you go. Because the wrong reasons, that's a slippery slope. So
I would rather not be famous at all because of, like you said. However, I am also of the belief that for some people, if that's what they want to do is be famous for the wrong reasons, obviously, I don't think people should go out there and do something terrible and heinous. Obviously, they're terrible for it, but if that's your goal, like I've always said, being famous is easy because you can just do something terrible. And congrats, everybody knows your name. They ain't cheering shit. They are not glad you came. Their troubles are not. Their troubles are all the same, and that trouble is you. And then what you did.
Yeah, because like I said, bruh, famous for all the wrong reasons is a slippery slope. There's a lot of wrong reasons.
And that's why I said I would rather not be famous at all. I spent the large majority not being famous.
I'll start calling your ass Omari, would you rather, Ellis? But that doesn't sound right. Wait a minute. Oh, I failed. Okay. Well, hopefully y'all won't fail at trying to find us on our socials if you would like to find us and follow us and keep a lookout for just us in general and whatnot. So if you would like to succeed at following your boy, then you can go ahead and look up my Facebook. Type in all one word Superjaz. That would be SUPERJAZ. All one word, like I said, on Facebook. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter, which would be Superjaz2. So that would be Superjaz number 2. You can go ahead and also find and follow me on Instagram, and that is all one word, forever Superjaz. The word forever spelled correctly. And as we have stated in several episodes, I am an MC, a rapper from time to time, and I just released on the 1st of October My Secret Identity. So please check out my first solo debut album. That's a little redundant. And type in My Secret Identity everywhere that you stream music. You may have to put Superjaz, My Secret Identity, to actually find it, depending, because I'm not that famous yet. That being said, Omari, friend of mine, where can they find you?
Well, they know where they can find me. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, they know where they can find me. First of all, you can find me here, as I stated at the start, every week, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube under the channel feogrande, Feogrande. Let's spell that correctly. Also, and then in Twitch, I go by the name Giotavi. That is Giogavi. I have a Twitter of the same handle, Giotavi, Giotavi, and it usually tweets out when I'm doing stuff. Finishing up God of War 4, streaming that stuff around this time of the year stuff, and then who knows what's going on after that, but mainly fighting games, just chilling with the viewers and stuff. Come on in, stop by, chat, talk about whatever you want. Haha. And then, we see what's going on with the day. But that's just all I'm doing, doing the regular stuff. Y'all heard the deal. Y'all heard the deal. And you know the routine. Yeah. Cha-ching.
But yeah, and I've said before on some episodes, and I will say real quick before we wind things down, that I would never necessarily ask you to subscribe, never really ask you necessarily to like or anything like that, but I will ask you to comment. So I would, if you all feel so inclined and the discussion prompted you with the would you rathers or whatnot, or either the episodes preceding or the ones going forward, you feel so inclined to discuss. And some people have commented and always appreciate it. But if you want to, say something. Maybe give us a topic to talk about on a future episode.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah.
All that being said, I just appreciate the viewership and you all giving us your eyes and ears every Wednesday, 11 Eastern, 10 Central. And all that being said, I mean, I am asking people if they want to throw out topics, possibly, for us to talk about.
Shout out to the commenters like Ibn and
exactly.
Cast Director. Shout out
exactly.
to them.
Yes. Or anybody in general, but yes. But that being said, if I'm asking for topics, I promise I'm not doing it because I don't know. I just don't know.
What?
Fuck are we gonna talk about next?
Oh, whatever we want, man.
You had no idea where I was going, which is hilarious.
I knew where you were going, sir. It's just when you said you don't know what you're going to do. Katabari, how about that? Ooh, got him. Bye. Adios, this. We love you. Deuces.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
Just say yes, don't think, become immortalized. Some may plead, beast and G, you have to ignore the cries. Grip tight, don't let go, feel the energy surge. Fingertips to toes, can't even put it in words. Chaos and peace has lovely symmetry. With great power comes great responsibility. They say you can't take it with you. Hope you gathered all that shit you need. Shirt on your back and some shoes that fit you. All that remains of the past we leave.